Alright guys, so in today's video, I'm going to be giving you guys a long, honest thoughts video on Cedar Point. And this is kind of like a bootleg edition of Canada Coaster Fan Series. Go check him out. Basically, I'm kind of taking his idea and just putting it into my own words sort of thing. I'm just going to be ranting about everything I have to say. I'm going to say everything from the coasters and all the rides and everything to like a bunch of weird experiences that I wouldn't really talk about in a formal review because I want a formal review to be about 10 minutes long. It's going to be like it's going to be like a bunch of different takes, a bunch of different cuts. This is one take, uncut, just raw of me just spewing my feelings out there and just so many wacky experiences. So if you want to enjoy this video, just sit back, just get comfortable because it's going to be a long ride. So anyways, guys, Cedar Point, it really is a place like no other. Everything from their 17 roller coasters, having so many elite rides in one park, having two rides that could potentially be top 25 worthy in the world. I think that's good enough on its own, guys. Like talking about the coasters, I'm just going to go right into it. Come on, Steel Vengeance, whether you like it as much as other people do or not, you have to admit it is a great ride. Even if you think Maverick is better for whatever reason, or if you're like people who vote for Golden Ticket Awards, you think Millennium Force is better, or even if you think Dragster is better, that's cool. You have to admit Steel Vengeance is a great ride. It does what it is intended to do. It's a fun ride that gives you nice sustained airtime moments and just throws you out of your seat. It really is a wild ride. Same thing with Maverick. That's a very wild ride. It's kind of a popular belief now that Maverick is either God tier or it's great tier or it's overrated but still great tier. There aren't really that many people out there, besides one that I really know of, that actually dislike Maverick. And those are the people that have ridden it after 2015 or whenever it got its update with the soft plastic restraints. That thing is just bonkers. And you have Top Thrill Dragster. That thing has a crazy launch. Raptor. I love Raptor. Not a lot of people do, but I love it. Millennium Force. This is actually out of order, by the way. Millennium Force is cool. I like it. I kind of... I understand why people say it's forceless, but I understand the people that love it. I don't want to say I'm in the middle because I honestly hate it a lot more than other people do. But it's cool. Still a fun ride. Magnum's cool. Gatekeeper. And then there's other depth coasters, which I'm not even going to get into because I can't even name off all of them off the top of my head. But you guys get the point. They just have such a crazy variety of rides that I think this makes them to have the best coaster collection on the planet. From what I've been to, it is easily by light years the best coaster collection I've seen. But, there's probably going to be better parks out there with the better 1-2 punch or just better overall coaster lineups out there. There could be a park where, their top 4 all makes my top 10, which, that's Cedar Point right now. But, just all that aside, you can't deny that Cedar Point has a great ride collection. And even if you think their rides, a lot of their quote-unquote top-tier rides being praised by the community are super, super overhyped, which, come on. It's Cedar Point. The legacy around that park and all of the fans of that park are just going to lead to fanboys. It's kind of going to be something you just kind of have to cope with. Let a Cedar Point fanboy live because they're not going to change. That's my daily advice. But with all that being said, you have to understand the hype. You have to at least be able to understand why someone is coming from that direction. For me, the reason why I hype up Cedar Point so much is because A, it is my number one park I've been to, but I'm not ignorant. I don't think it's the best park in the world. I think there are many, many, many other parks that could be better than Cedar Point. It is my favorite that I've been to, but it's not probably the best in the world. There's probably many more in Europe that I think could actually beat this park. And I just mean the sheer collection of rides. And speaking of overall attractions, when it comes to flat rides, they have over 70 attractions. They have Skyhawk is cool, Max Air is cool, Witch's Wheel is dead. And that's just an Enterprise ride. They have a pretty good flat ride collection. I wouldn't say it's anything bonkers or out of the ordinary, but it kind of... a lot of people go to Cedar Point for roller coasters. That's pretty much the main reason people go there. They don't really think of Max Air and stuff like that. So I wasn't really expecting a whole lot of the flat rides. I guess you could say I was surprised by Skyhawk. I mean, Max Air kind of met my expectations. I think Power Tower met my expectations. I don't really know. I think their flat ride collection's good. It doesn't live up to their coaster collection, of course, but I don't think that's really the main reason why people are going, so I don't really think it's a problem. Kiddie rides, they're everywhere. They have a really cool collection in Planet Snoopy, actually. But, they just have so many different rides. They have 2 transport rides. They have a train in the back of the park, and then a sky ride in the front of the park, which, it's really weird. I don't know, the sky ride just seems like kind of short. It like spans the blueprint of Raptor. It goes from like the carousel in the front to like the back of Raptor. And it's like kind of weird, but I don't know. It's all right. And then there's just so many other things about Cedar Point that people don't even like to talk about. Like kind of the things that the Cedar Point fanboys start to ignore. One of them is the food. And, for me, I'm not the pickiest eater. Like, I'll think something's bad, but if I'm hungry, I'll eat it because I'm forced to eat school lunch every day. So I'm like, this can't be any worse than school lunch. Well, oh, you thought wrong. But, I mean, I had the dining plan. I stuck to chains mostly. I had some bad food experiences. Like, one time my drink voucher didn't work. So the lady didn't let me get a drink because with the way the drink voucher works, you can get 1 drink every 15 minutes. So it's like, cool, it's whatever. But she was like, no, your drink voucher doesn't work for anything. I know, you could have picked it up off the ground. It says it's invalid. And I'm like, what the heck? And then we leave the restaurant, which was actually Panda Express. And then we go to like one of those like Coke refillable freestyle machines. And it worked. But I didn't have a drink for over 2 hours. So I don't think the 15-minute rule applied in that situation. I think that was kind of weird. There are also some good chains. Chicky and Pizza's awesome. I mean, there's some other good places, like, outside of the park. There's, like, Pink's, which is in the park, I believe. There's also some barbecue place that's, like, Dave's or something like that. But don't eat the park food other than, like, Dave's, other than the barbecue place, the chains, the Pink's place, the ice cream places, and then maybe, like, the Midway Snacks. Midway Snacks is good. I did try their cheese on a stick. It was all right. It wasn't exactly my favorite thing ever. I wish I could have it again because it was really savory. It was really nice, really unique flavor. It was really just kind of like a classic boardwalk food. I'm surprised I've never seen anything like that before, but that's besides the point. Just don't eat anywhere else because like there's like so many places, and there's a like barbecue-ish place in the back and near Maverick. It's all right, but there's like so many of those like stupid little dumps that sell like chicken tenders and pizza. Do not go there. I had the pizza like near Maverick, kind of near Town Hall or City Hall or whatever. It was garbage. I was throwing up at 3 a.m. Just don't go there, trust me. My stomach was churning all night. Bad experience. And, I mean, there's also so many other stupid things about this park. Like the bugs. It's not like they can really help that. Like, what are they going to do? Spray insecticide freaking everywhere? Like, no. That's going to be because the park is located on Lake Erie. Nothing they can do about that. It kind of adds to the experience in a way. If you didn't see any of my vlogs, which I'm surprised because those are like my most well-received videos on the channel and my highest viewed videos on the channel. If you would have noticed, I killed a bunch of bugs on Millennium Forest. I killed some on Maverick. I didn't really kill that many on Steel Vengeance, actually. But I was killing bugs left and right. There's too many. I think that's a problem. I remember I was sitting on the brake run on Maverick, and there were just swarms, there were 2 giant swarms with at least, I'm not even exaggerating, at least 300 bugs, and they were, inches away from me. I didn't know what to do. I was, low-key panicking, because I'm not a bug person. I hate bugs. That's just me. Not a whole lot they can do about it. One other thing is, coasters stopping and, power outages and, mechanical issues. Are you kidding me? Come on. Steel Vengeance bumped on the first day of operation. There's also all sorts of weird stories with Steel Vengeance. Don't even get me with the weird stories on that. Luckily, the last 2 days I was there, it was open, but the first day it unfortunately wasn't, which was kind of a good thing, because I got to get all of those, stupid, crappy credits like Corkscrew and Iron Dragon out of the way on the first day, so on the second and third day I could focus more on getting more rides in on Steel Vengeance and Top Thrill Dragster. I'm glad I have the Dragster Marathon. Oh my gosh, if I would have went with those 2 rides, that thing would have just fell from my rankings instantly. there's just so much like going on at this place. It is nuts. And okay, so now going back to coasters getting stuck. We got stuck on Steel Vengeance for like 15 seconds. It was nothing. I was like, oh boy, we're about to get an evac on the number one roller coaster. We didn't, unfortunately. What else? I almost witnessed Maverick roll back, Dragster roll back a few times during Coaster Mania. I Millennium Force got stuck. Blue Street got stuck. I got that on video. Windseeker got stuck like 87 times. Gatekeeper was down a lot. Valraven was down a lot. Wicked Twister was down like most of the visit. I'm lucky I got my rides in on that. Dragster was open. You know it's kind of bad when Dragster's open more than like Gatekeeper, because I was trying to get some re-rides on that and it just looked like it wasn't going to happen. So, I mean, that's another thing. But another thing is that kind of like just sets, it kind of fixes it, but it kind of doesn't. This park has some awesome operations. Like, this park seriously does really, really well with their operations. But a thing that just destroys that, they're stupid policies. Like, you can't take anything with you. Like, Six Flags parks encourage you guys to, like, use, cargo pants for your phones. And I understand that, but I had a scare. It was on Gemini, and my phone almost fell out. Like, it was, like, hanging out of my pocket. I was like, oh my gosh, never again. But I mean, now you can't even take phones on the Steel Vengeance, which I understand that, but, like, you don't even have bins on the platform. I like what Dollywood does, because what Dollywood does is really, really smart. They take your phones from you and put them in bins, and then you go, so you don't even have to worry about, like stepping over someone's feet, like, oh, excuse me, and then that's, like, an added, like, minute if every single person does that, versus what could be 30-second operations. If you have the right operator, if you have, like, 2 right operators, just, like, take everything, shove it in a cubby. That's just one extra ride up, and the other ones are just, like, getting you down. You can be out of there in 30 seconds easily. I think that is really stupid. I think they should have bins on a lot more rides, which they do. They do have bins on some of the bigger rides, actually, but, like, there's some small rides or rides that don't even get that many crowds, like freaking Magnum. Like, that ride doesn't have bins. Are you kidding me? It runs 3 trains. There's never any more than a station wait, so you can't have bins on it. I don't know. I just don't know. But I mean, I don't really know what else to talk about. I mean, just this park was just so, like, life-changing for me. Like, it really just, I don't know what it did. But I really think that Cedar Point really is a place like no other. Despite all those, like, weird, crazy, strange things that should never even happen if, a park was actually ran and maintained correctly. If it weren't for all those things, and, if it had better theming and better food and whatnot, I could see it as being the best park on earth. But all because of all those stupid things, no. Just no. But really, if you're a coaster enthusiast and you're kind of avoiding to come out here because of, like, a certain, I don't know, just, like, thing you have against this park, like, that's just kind of ignorant, because, like, I really do think it's gonna change you. I mean, that's coming from me, because I haven't really been to that many actual amusement parks, because I'm used to a lot of just theme parks and stuff like that. But a park with this many roller coasters is just absolutely crazy. I love Cedar Point. Driving down that causeway was memorable for me. Probably the most memorable coaster experience in my life. I've waited 7 years to come here, and it finally happened this year. I'm more than glad I did it. I'm, like, stoked I did it. I mean, I'm pretty much done here. So I think this is going to wrap up my first Honest Thoughts video. Whew. Man, that was a lot to get off my chest. So expect a formal review of Cedar Point coming soon, which all of this is going to be talked about. One more thing. I met a lot of people here. I tried to get the attention of, a certain coaster studios, and he decided to be a little ignorant because he thought he was, like, I don't know. Just don't talk about it. Logan was alright. I met up with some Instagram people. You know who you are. But anyways, I think that's going to wrap it up. Like, I don't even know what else to say. I got everything off my chest now. So thank you all so much for watching. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe for more content. Let me know if you want to see more of these, if you want, or do you not want these because they're a snooze fest? Just let me know. Anyways, thank you all so much for watching, and as always, I'll see you all later. Peace out.